Hello and welcome back to Purple in Peril, a Warlock life. This is level 22. Nothing too much to report on the Epic Destinies. I've just, I think I'd already done that. I've just filled out a little bit in here, a bit more spell power. Just waiting basically now for the 23, which will be a big deal. We'll be able to have a second core in these two, and we'll be able to go for some juicy tier 3 things in here, and I think there's one in there as well for some imbue dice. So basically going more for, or at least as much for spell power as for defense on the way up with the leveling, and when we get to where we're going it's all defense more or less, with other people being tasked with doing the heavy lifting. On the subject of spell power, I had a sneaky little innovation here with the caster stick he's using, this caustic forum post. I noticed he was using reverberation for 10 more spell power. This was on my main character for leveling through epic. So 5 coalesce magic for some universal spell power, and then this was thrown on. And there was something else as well for universal spell power. I thought if we just throw this second piece on for PRR and MRR, and then just nab that extra 2 imbue dice, happy days. So that's what I've done. Now, I've had to step into the quest, which is Offer of Blood in the Desert Sands, because I was getting shot up a bit by the archers up above. Just before we go, I'd like to talk about a couple of things here. Firstly, this business of toggles, because it's especially relevant to this warlock, I've noticed. First of all, I would definitely recommend, if you're relatively new, to put all the toggle things in one area of the bar, as I haven't done there. Let's remedy that. Let's put that back there and just remove that. We're not going to use that. So now we can just cast an eye down there and see what's on that should be or shouldn't be. Now, if you look back at episode 21 and 22, you'll notice this Utter Dark Blast, which should have been on, because it toggles the base blast to light instead of force, and it's the light I've really spec'd for. That wasn't switched on because I'd respec'd the Tainted Scholar tree and forgotten to retoggle that on. So anytime you respec a tree, or you, like in the case of this one here, it has 3 levels. So to start with, I'd only had level 1, so I'd put it on the bar and toggled level 1 on. If you then take level 2 or 3, you've got to make sure you put it on the bar again with to activate the new version. Otherwise it's the old version that's being used. It doesn't automatically update. I think most of you will know that anyway, but same applies to stuff. It doesn't have to be a toggle. Same applies to stuff like let me find it. Something like this here, Stricken, that has 3 tiers. So let's suppose we put it on the bar with only tier 1, then we subsequently take tier 3 in the tree, but leave the tier 1 version on the bar. We're only going to get the tier 1 version in game until we actually drag it on and update it. So that's something to bear in mind. Secondly, specific to this type of warlock, this imbue thing, this celestial spirit, which is the 5th core, and the aura always seem to toggle off on a logout. So you have to manually switch them back on, all 3 of them, when you start play again, assuming you want them all on, of course, which generally speaking you would. So that's something to bear in mind as well. What else did I want to mention? Oh yeah, potions. I made a bit of a mistake with this as well. I could have, from level 19, put these greater brilliance and greater erosion on for light and acid spell power. They last for 3 minutes, and they stack with these that you can get from your Commendations of Valor. So nice little boost to the spell power to be had there. Definitely recommend using those. Right, I think I've waffled on for long enough. What used to be there? Oh, that was my shards. I've been doing the Spinner's Prison. Was quite pleased actually. Tried it on Reaper 1. Ran out of Death Ward because I don't have the spell. I only have this Epic Dust Cart. So I ended up with something like 12 negative levels. And still somehow managed to run round collecting the last of the shards to relight the torches. So I was quite pleased with myself there. Excuse me. Right, let's get going. Good chain to do this one in the Desert Sands in early Epic. It's level appropriate and drops tokens of the 12 again for TRing. Also, if you plan to stay some time at the cap, flagging for the Zawabi's Revenge raid is not a bad thing, because that's completable in 3 to 5 minutes on a legendary character, any legendary character, unless you do no damage at all. And it gets you a greater token of the 12, which is pretty useful for a variety of things. What's going on here? Game, please.
A golden vessel atop the altar catches your eye. You slip the offering into your pack. Careful not to spill any of the contents.
So this is definitely a quest where if you're not familiar with the Desert Sands chain, definitely a quest where it pays to keep moving. Don't stop and sniff around, go inside doors or anything. Just keep going.
Cries of alarm sound out from the upper reaches
Because
of this
the
chamber.
things respawn constantly, and it's very easy to get bogged down. For some reason, my featherfall on this thing doesn't seem to be working. I have no idea why. That 5th core in Enlightened Spirit is supposed to give featherfall. So sometimes I'll just drop the tentacles down there to try to delay the things. Crikey, I'm halfway down my spell points already, that's not good. And as far as I know, unless you're prepared to venture down a side path, which I'm not, there's no shrine here, so that's not looking good.
The hunter desires a new offering of blood. Yours will suffice.
As soon as you can move on, just get going. presuming it's going to allow you to open the door, that is. Come on. Oh, come on, game, please. Now we've got an optional red boss coming behind us there. Hopefully the tentacles will slow that lot down. Arcane Tempest into this crowd of things. Let's try and kill this guy. Maybe if we go invis here we might be able to just sneak through the door. Nope. A soul, yes. There's hope. I don't think that spell did anything whatsoever, did it? I've got quicken on everything, and that tentacle's just got lost somewhere in lag space. There's been this debate on the forums lately, which I've contributed my 2 cents to, about the lag, and some people saying they see nothing and some saying they really suffer. I've really suffered from it on occasion. Now I get what people are saying about, see, that was another tentacle that did nothing. I get what people are saying about tentacles on cooldown, spell never appeared. I get what people are saying about you know, it's something at your end and you could do something about it, but why then has it worked? I'm in Europe, by the way, UK. Why then has it worked reasonably well for all this time, and just suddenly now our setups and systems are no good? I don't understand why I have no featherfall either. That's just weird. This should give featherfall. Look, it says gain featherfall, and for some reason there's no featherfall. Now if these can just come wandering down like they sometimes do, we might just be able to sneak in here. Yeah. A Famine Reaper. And I'm frozen. Oh god. Oh man. This could be interesting. Just press all the extra hit point keys and hope for the best here, because I'm half stuck. Come on, see it through. Another Famine Reaper. Oh, did I lose my shield? Come on, I think we've got him now. Ah, well, at least the lag's affecting him too.
The dank and gloom of the spiral gives way to fresh air. And
maybe if anyone's watching from Orion, you could leave me a comment and let me know your own experiences. As I wrote in the forum, I'm certainly not one to complain for the hell of it, but as you've probably seen during the course of that quest, and that certainly wasn't the worst, I'm struggling quite a bit with it, and up until the last sort of month or so before this transfer period started, and going back to, you know, ever since I started, lag was a thing, but never sort of detrimental to my enjoyment of the game until recently. So I'd be curious to know what is going on here. There's something really weird happening here. Now I can't get on the horse. Oh dear. I don't know what's happening, but anyway, we've limped on to the end of the episode. That was level 22. Thank you very much for looking, and I will speak to you soon. 23, the next one is the big one. Some nice new epic options possible. Oh, just as an aside, I took the feat every Warlock probably would at 22, the epic blast dice. So we have epic pack dice rather, and epic eldritch blast at 21 and 22. I think that's more or less a given for any Warlock build. Okay, I'll call that a do, and I will speak to you soon. Thanks a lot for looking. Take care.